Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a potential planting day disaster 2.0. I'm so frustrated about it, but we'll get into that a little later. Before we do, if you are new here to the channel, please consider subscribing. And for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate it. And if you all wouldn't mind, before you exit the video, please give it a big thumbs up to show your support. So folks, before we get into planting day disaster 2.0, or at least potential, let's talk about what is going on here at the farm. As far as retail goes, I like to talk about that because that is the, what keeps us going here at the farm. Our retail sales are just missing the average mark prior to all this going down with the economy and the bug going around. So I am very happy with that. We are very fortunate to still have a decent amount of sales, so I do appreciate all the support, folks. And we are down to our last ounce of Biox, so for those of you that are interested in that, want to grab it before it's gone, we did sell a lot of that this week, so I do appreciate all that support. And all the information to purchase hemp flower is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out. You can always email me. All that information is down there also. So folks, let's talk about planting day disaster 2.0, or at least potential. I may have averted crisis, but I want to talk about it because it just goes to show you, even when you think all your ducks are in a row, it just doesn't always work out. I can't believe it. So let's talk about the first thing I discovered. So last week, I was kind of like running around. I had a bout of what I call rust fungus. I don't know the exact name for it, but what happens is the leaves turn very brown on the edges and then the leaves die. And all of our seedlings caught it. So we have the Biox cross seedlings and the CBG seedlings. They all got it. So we were spraying them with Dr. Zyme, seemed to be doing good. Then I figured, we got to get these things out into the greenhouse, get them some sunshine, get them some fresh air. And that seems to be doing the trick. Now, we haven't lost a single seedling, so crisis possibly averted, but it just goes to show you, you let your eyes off of them for even a little bit, and next thing you know, you've got a bout of a fungus, and you're fighting that. Then this one, boy, operator error big time. So we started cloning last week, and the turbo cloner has been awesome. I mean, awesome. And the results were looking good. I checked in on them about 5 days after I cloned. They're right in my area. They have their grow tent, they have their light, they're all set up by themselves. Everything was going good. And then one morning I woke up and I didn't really hear the pump. I heard it pumping, but it didn't sound right. And I said, maybe I'm just getting used to it. Well, later that day, I just didn't hear it at all. And I was like, this is weird. So I opened up the grow tent, and to my surprise, there was an inch of water in the grow tent. I had not sealed the lid on the turbo clone, and it was slowly leaking water out as the sprayers were spraying. And I picked up one of the clones, it was bone dry. And it had root nubs on it, folks. I was so upset. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. How in the world did I let this slip by? So of course I mopped up the mess, got water into the cloner, turned it back on, and now it's been about 3 days since that incident, and the plants are yellowing, but it looks like there's still root development. So fingers crossed that this isn't going to be something I'm going to have to redo in another week or so, because I have to wait to see if the root development is there. I could have thrown them all out and restarted. I really didn't want to do that. I had hope because I had heard the pump earlier in the day, so I don't think those plants were dry for very long. But we'll see. Next week we'll have a report on that. And that will wrap up phase 1 of our farm plan. So these are hard lessons learned, and talking about planting day disaster 2.0, stumbling and fumbling out of the gate again. This is just not my game to get started. I could grow a big plant, but man, getting started seems to be a problem of mine. So for those of you that struggle with that, leave a comment below. Seedlings always give me a hard time. The Coast of Maine seed mix worked, and it was great, and we were doing the beta testing for Northeast Compost, or I think it's New England Compost, and you know, everything was looking good, and then rust fungus, and it's like, God, what in the world are we gonna do with this? But luckily, we've been able to push through it, and we haven't lost a single plant yet. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And for the clones, I cloned about 5 to 6 extra of each strain, so if a couple of them didn't root, it wasn't going to be like exact numbers. So fingers crossed that those buffers allow me to keep going forward, to keep on our schedule, to maintain the timeline. But we will see. I mean, it was just a matter of a few hours of not paying attention, you know, a couple days of not focusing on those seedlings, and boom, rust fungus, boom, you know, cloners turned off. It's just, it's amazing how fast things deteriorate. But on the positive side, so what I did was, in my panicking of what to do with those seedlings, I sprayed them with Dr. Zymes, but I also took 6 of them and put them out into the grow area. We do have a few extra CBG, so I said, well, let's put them out in the grow area, see what they do. I love doing experiments, and if we lose them, they were already kind of, you know, fading out. I put like the 6 weakest ones in the grow area. They have rebounded. They are looking great. They're down there now. They're soaking up the sun, and they're looking good. Everything is done down in the grow area. I'll take you down there real quick to show you everything, but yeah, guys, unbelievable. Planting Day Disaster 2.0, hopefully averted, but there's a potential that we could be 2 weeks behind our scheduled planting day, and that just is heartbreaking. So let's go down to the grow area. Let me show you what I've been up to this week, and we've completed the grow area. All right, folks, so we are in the grow area. The fence is up. The irrigation still needs a small amount of tweaking. As you can see, there's a couple hoses right here, but that row, and this row are doing okay. It's just this row and the squash plants, and I'll show you guys those in a little bit. So as you can see, we have seedlings in the grow area. We have 6 total. They're looking good. They're definitely on the mend, which is good. Hopefully we can get back to square one and not have to worry about rust fungus and drying roots in the turbo cloner. But let me show you what else is going on down here. So as you know, we're growing a lot more vegetables this year, and here are all the vine squashes that we'll be doing. So this whole section is vine squash, and we're going to be putting more black mat over there so they can just kind of mosey on over there. And I'm going to bring you down here to where we have just our regular squash and our asparagus bed, which we've gotten quite a bit of asparagus out of this year. Right here, you can see I let one go to seed. Here are the zucchinis and the crooked neck yellow squash. They're all down here. Transplanting went well, so planting is already occurring, which is awesome, and I'm excited to get this thing filled up with plants in another week or two. Well, folks, before we end today's video, there's something special that I wanted to tell you guys about, and that is, it is our 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So we have 3,200 plus subscribers when making this video, and it's just surreal to me that we've grown that much in 1 year. What a great accomplishment. So thank you to all of you guys that are supporting us, and happy 1-year anniversary to the channel. I am really excited to keep going this year and see what adventures I can bring you guys on. But as far as Planting Day Disaster 2.0 goes, I really hope crisis is averted there. I don't know if I could handle another planting day like last year. I mean, devastation is an understatement of how I felt last year. Of course, we still have our mother plant, so we can rebound this year. We might lose a new genetic, you know, at the worst case scenario. But hopefully that's not going to be the case. I really hope that this is just me being dramatic, and hopefully we don't have any issues. But that's all I have for you today, folks. So if you are interested in any hemp flower, go ahead and check out the description below for all that information. If you need to get in touch with me, email, Facebook, Instagram, all down there as well. And leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you thought of it. And I hope you all stay happy, stay healthy, and stay active. And I will see you in another video.